If you're 25 and above, it's the time to lock in, bro. Prioritizing, spending the time making stuff, not just, watching movies and shows and playing video games and stuff. It's like it's doing things that can actually make you money. Make a list of the things that you know. What do you know how to do so well that another person can buy? Hello. What's going on? Welcome to Stories and Status, a show in which we explore what it's like to be human. This got to go. This is episode 8 of Stories and Status. I just say it again. As usual, wanted to sit down to try and look back in my diary, look at things that I noted down, things that I have been thinking about, ideas that I found interesting throughout the week, and share them with you. The first thing that I wanted to talk about that I've been thinking a lot about this week, I've been thinking a lot about it, that I just last night wrote a newsletter about it. I have a newsletter that I started a week ago, so it's still new. If you like to read, if you don't like to watch or listen to stuff, if you learn by reading, that'll be a great venue for you to catch up on, things that I'm finding interesting. I also share like songs and videos or movies or shows or books that I've read that I found really nice throughout the week. I get a little bit more personal because it feels like an extension of my channel a little bit more than I do on here. So go check it out. I'll leave the link in the bio. Not in the bio. I'll leave the link down below. Let's get into it. The thing that I wrote about last night that I've been thinking about is the idea of using my time to do things that make money. In a short sentence, that's how I would say it. I have been reading a book called Principles of Life and Work by Ray Dalio. And in the book, he talks about something that is kind of obvious, but for me, I hadn't been thinking a lot about it the same way that I have been after reading the book, which is that everybody lives in seasons. And you have, when you're born, you're a child and depend on other people. And they're taking care of you, they're going to work, and you're staying at home, doing whatever, going to school and blah, blah, blah. And in the second half of your life, you start earning some money and you're taking care of other people. And in the last season, you've made your money, you've contributed in the world in meaningful ways, hopefully, and you are giving back. So giving back knowledge, giving back money, giving back whatever you want to give back. And then you die. I'm 27 now, and I'm in the season of my life in which I have to work, I have to make money, I have to to be able to sustain myself financially and other people, right? And in the past, I hadn't been doing things that hadn't been spending time on things that really has a potential for me to make money. And I had been making a priority to learn things. I have, learned web design, learned how to write, learned how to make videos, learned how to market and to do marketing. And while that is important, and I'm so glad that I spent the last 5 years trying to do that, making sure that I make myself valuable through, acquiring skills and learning things. I haven't really focused on using the skills to, provide value in the world and at the same time make money for myself and my family. And I have been thinking a lot about like how do I spend, less time trying to learn, because that can get like very, very addictive. I don't know if you maybe if there's anybody who feels the same way, but it is like a real addiction, like alcohol can be. Like learning, reading books, listening to podcasts, practicing, my skills and putting in the work to like try and get better and stuff. That can get like very, very addictive. And I'm definitely almost there. Like I think I spend way too much time learning than I spend the time trying to do things trying to use the skills or applying the stuff that I'm learning and the knowledge. And for me, that there's no point in learning if you're not going to use the learnings or the lessons that you're learning to do something, to make something, to create something of value for people. And that's what I've been doing. So I want to, shift from learning, from reading books, from trying to practice my video editing skills or practicing my storytelling abilities and whatever, and just shift that to making, things of value that people can buy or people can find useful in a way, right? And I just think that it's very, very important that I start doing that, and I think it's very, very important that anybody starts doing that at my age. If you're 25 and above, it's the time to, and this is the sentence that has been coming to my head all the time. It's the time to lock in, bro. It's the time to start prioritizing, spending the time making stuff, spending the time not just watching movies and shows and playing video games and stuff. It's like it's doing things that can actually make you money. And I do that. I have a full-time job, so I spend most of my time working. I am making content. I'm producing and writing and putting myself out there and making moves that could potentially make me money down the line. But I feel I still like spend way too much time on learning, on just hanging out, on doing things that doesn't have anything to do with my ability to make money. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to, go all in on working and I'm never going to hang out with my friends or, never going to do any other thing than working. But it does mean that I'm going to spend a disproportionate amount of amount of time trying to do things, and those things for me, practically how I'm going about that is like, I have not a spreadsheet. I have a Notion page in which I listed all the things that I know how to do well that I can teach somebody else, right? What tools do I use in my work? Who would find that useful, right? As a service or as a product or as whatever, right? And listed all that and what among the things that I do can directly increase my ability to use those skills, to use those, tools, to use those the knowledge or intellectual property, as many people call it. And what how can I start taking the things that I know, taking the tools that I know how to use, and packaging them in a way that somebody else can buy, and focus my time on things like creating content, things like writing copy for a web page that's selling the stuff, actually like reaching out to people and telling them about the stuff that I'm selling, packaging the stuff that I need to sell, meaning like what am I even going to sell, like figuring out that. And for me, that is like very, very important that I start spending the time doing that. And yeah, so that also means that I'm not going to spend the time doing, creating stuff that are only because I enjoy them. I do enjoy making stuff. I do enjoy creating videos just for the heck of it. If an idea comes to me, I want to, pursue it. And I love the high of, having an idea. It's nothing. And then I write it down. And then I, start scripting the idea. And then I write the video. And then I shoot the video. And then I edit the video. And then put it out in the world. But if I continue doing that, if I continue just making content for the sake of making content, that was useful. Doing that was useful because it helped me learn, even like get comfortable speaking on camera like this. And, it's technically why I started the podcast, is because I wanted to get good at speaking in front of the camera, but I also wanted to explore what it's like to be me and explore what it's like to be. That all is still like true. And I just like need to balance between, when do I create something because I just enjoy creating the thing, versus strategically creating content and spending the time on things that, and ideas that are going to lead me into the direction that I want to go in. I'm fully aware that creating content on everything is not going to help me in any way. Now, it's not going to help me make money in any way. At least not in a short timeline, not in a short timeline that I want to start, monetizing my skills and stuff. But it also means that when you're creating a personal brand, because I want to do this for a long freaking time, I don't want to, just do it 1 year and then all of a sudden I don't know, what I should be creating content about, or I don't know what I should be focusing on because I, niched down too early. I want to do this. I want to have this as an extension of me, as an extension of what I'm interested in, as an extension of my interest and what I'm trying to learn and figure out. But at the same time, this whole thing, personal brand or creating content that I'm doing has to be anchored on something that people can buy, people can pay for, right? Everything that I'm doing now so far has been for free, right? I'm sitting down, putting in the time that I put in to create the content, putting in the time that I put in to edit the videos and figure out the thumbnails and titles and the publishing. It takes a long of time. And if it's not, leading to something that someone can buy because it's useful. I need to create something that is useful that I can tie all this content on to to be able to make money out of it. Because if I don't, then it's just I'm just like creating for the sake of creating. And while that is creatively fulfilling and I love doing that, it's not necessarily a smart thing to do if you want to make money, because I am in this for money. I have to be clear with myself and everybody who watches my content. I used to think, I just like, want to be an artist and create things and stuff. But I think I have, like everybody, I have, 50%. I don't even know what the percentages are, but like I have a percentage of me that just wants to create for the sake of creating. And then I have another, very strong too, percentage of me that wants to make money, that wants to be an entrepreneur, that wants to create things that people find valuable and can pay for. And I don't want what I do to lean on one side. I want to have a balance. And that's like, me figuring it out. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I know a lot of people struggle with that. And I just want to share my process. I'm figuring this out as I go, and you'll see me learn and fail and launch things, and people not find them useful or not find them as valuable as I thought they would. But I think that's an exciting journey to go on, even like from a creative perspective, figuring out what you can sell and figuring out how do you package what I know, how do I package what I know in a way that another person can find useful. And specifically for me, I'm thinking from there's a few things in which I can package my my knowledge and my skills, right? I can either provide that as a service, which is something that I took way too long to take seriously, right? I know how to edit videos, I know how to make videos, I know how to storytell from a written perspective and from a video storytelling perspective. I know how to design, I know how to do all those things, and I know how to use different tools that a lot of people don't really know. And I've spent so much time learning how to use those things. So can I sell video editing as a service? Can I sell copywriting as a service? Can I sell web design as a service? And I'm not like really as passionate about any of those skills as I used to be, because I used to say I can only be a designer, I can only be a video storyteller, I can only be a writer. It's like I am me, I know all these things, how can I monetize them? Right? That's how I'm thinking about it. It's like, okay, I don't have any strong affinity to any of these things. I might enjoy one or the other. But in the beginning, I want to just figure out how can I monetize these skills, these things that I know. How can I use them to provide value to people, but also make money. Also, if you think about it like that, I'm kind of like being selfish by not providing my knowledge, my skills, as a service to other people, because those people need what I know, need my skills, need what I know how to do to be able to, make more money, to be able to attract more people to their products and services and everything, right? Because I want to work with people who can make more money with the most attention. That's like what I narrow down my target audience to, right? Who in the world can make more money with the most attention, right? Because my skills, all the skills that I just mentioned, lead to that. Really, what I'm doing is like, communicating whatever message they have and packaging that in a way that is digestible to people, in a way that gets those people to care, right? to care about what they sell, to care about what they have to say, to care about their mission, and blah, 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 right? So by me not withholding my skills and by me not putting myself out there and my offer or my service out there, I am being selfish. I'm preventing those people to work with me and maybe, get the results that they might get if they work with me. And I'm also preventing myself from growing and learning and figuring out the process of, package, because I know how difficult it's going to be. I've tried it, but it's a very worthwhile endeavor to go on than just, go purposely without like having an end goal. So the end goal is monetize my skills to make money. That's number one. And then maybe I can build a team and build down the line, figure out how do other people through the service that I provide work, while I focus on the things that are leading eyeballs to what I'm selling and stuff. And that doesn't necessarily make sense, but okay, so I start by the first step towards making money from my knowledge, from my skills, from my intellectual property is me packaging what I know, right? And packaging this what I know how to do into either a service, right? Into something, a course or something that people can learn. I teach how I do what I do, right? Products, digital products, right? So I have things that I use on a day-to-day basis that helps me do my job really quickly. Can somebody else find that useful, right? And just like going down that list and making sure that I exhaust everything that I can offer for another person that another person can find valuable, right? And just put it in the world for the world to judge. And just figure out, learn from that process of, okay, I created a title pack, right, for video editing. That's like a very niche example to give, but hopefully you understand it, right? A title pack, or maybe a color grade pack, or maybe what else can I offer? Maybe a course that teaches people how to create content, right? Because personal branding is like the biggest opportunity anybody can capitalize on. I think everybody should be creating content. It's going to be so important down the line, especially when AI comes in the picture. The ability to sit down in front of the camera, communicate what you think about the world and what you think about whatever your field is, and engage people in a way that they want to listen to you. It's going to be so important, and I think everybody should be doing that. I think I lost my train of thought, but what I was trying to say is like, going down the list of this is what I know, this is how I can package it in a way that can be useful to other people, right? And focusing my time on doing that, I think is a really great way to go about figuring out how do I make money out of my knowledge, out of my skills, out of whatever, right? And then every piece of content that I create about, video editing, marketing, and whatever, I can use that as a lead to, telling people, hey, by the way, if you find this useful, I have this thing that also provides the same value. I think it's very, very important to make sure that everything I do has like a consistent value that is providing. So if it's a piece of content, a short video that's about video editing, and maybe I have a course about video editing, as providing the same thing, except like the video editing course is providing way more value and advanced value, right? If I end up, telling them, by the way, if you want to work with the video editor, I provide this service, and it's like consistent. So the consistency is very, very, very important. Um, I don't know. I'm figuring out this as I talk about it now. So it's probably going to be messy for you, but I think that's what I have been thinking about. It's I need to spend more time doing that, more time figuring out that, more time reaching out to people and trying to work with them, more time, writing content on things that directly relate to something that down the line could lead to money. And then in between, I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. I'll talk about maybe 20% or 40% would be things that I'm interested in, like fitness and health and the growth mindset and entrepreneurship and stuff. But that is not the main thing, which has been the main thing now. And I'm changing that because it's really difficult to monetize that, at least from what I know now. That might change down the line. 2 months from now, I might realize that how I'm thinking about it now is wrong, and I'm very happy to change. I'm not fixed on any one solution, but I do know that going in the direction of just trying to create things of value that people can buy and make it as easy as possible for them to let me know that they want to buy is something that I need to do, like, as quickly as possible. And you should do it too if you're not doing that already. Make a list of the things that you know. What do you know how to do so well that another person can buy? Right? What do you know how to do so well that another person can pay you to do it for them? And it doesn't have to be, knowledge things, not knowledge, as in like video editing, websites, writing, whatever. You could know how to clean cars like really well, and start with that, and start with whatever you know how to do. Put it down and list down also like who in the world can benefit from that. For me, for video editing and anything that has to do with attention and whatever, that is anybody who has something to sell. So entrepreneurs, online creators, small businesses, any person who has something they sell, they need people to buy it, they need a way to tell them about the thing that they sell. I can come in the picture somewhere, right? And I need to make myself useful and package my knowledge, my skills, whatever I know that can be useful for those people, package it in a way that they can buy and make it easy as possible for them to know that they can buy that from me. And make it easy for them to work with me. Because right now, if you wanted me to edit for you, you wouldn't even know that I edit videos, right? You wouldn't even know that I do any of this or I have any of these skills. I just make content about things that are not related to that. Yeah, there's no anything that's more valuable for me to spend my time on than figure out how do I do that? How do I get people to know? How do I package what I know, the skills that I have, in a way that other people can find useful and buy, and make it as easy as possible for them to buy it from me and to know that I sell it, and I think that everybody should do that. That's it really. I had a couple more things that I noted down that I found interesting that I would want to share with you, but I want to keep this short. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.